Welcome in. Come on in. Come on in, Lexi. We gonna talk about it. Hey, Gia. I mean, I would like to say I was shocked, but I don't know. I don't think I was. I don't think I was. Were y'all? Hey, New Beauty. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Sharon. Yes, definitely saw it coming. Hey, Tasia. Thank you. Hey, Royal. So, you guys, I really, really, really did not plan on discussing season 12 ever again. But since this popped up, I was like, I need a video for this week anyway. So I was like, why not? Oh, shout out to Clara. Thank you, Clara, for the compliments. But you are actually the reason why I'm even doing this live. So shout out to you. I'm gonna give you your own special shout out. You left a comment and it made me go do a little research. So shout out to you. Y'all can thank Clara for this live. Hey, Miracle. I think we all saw it coming. Thank you. I knew he wasn't gonna put up with her. Child. Interesting take. Um, did you see Chris's special? No. Chris had a special. Chris from season 12 had a special. Like on TV, or did he do this on YouTube? Like a special. A special. I feel like I want to say it like Black China said embezzle. A special? A special? A special? A special? On YouTube. Okay. Oh, Lord. At least they didn't do this on TV, okay? But we already know that if he put it out himself, we kind of know what to expect from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing that I plan on wasting my time watching. But it doesn't surprise me that he's putting out a special or something like that because, you know, he's probably trying to rehab his image, but the damage is done, sir. You could have possibly maybe tried to help yourself at the reunion, but he was being interviewed by a therapist. Child, we didn't need to see that. You need to go do that on your own time, and you need to not do it for public consumption. You need to do that. Like you need to take that very seriously. Like that is not something that we need to be a part of at all. Okay, but that is not what we are here to discuss. Maybe we'll discuss some more Married at First Sight things later on in this live, but right now we're here to discuss. I forgot to, I want to do go live on my TikTok too because going live helps with your posts. Let me see. One second, you guys. Let me see how I'm gonna set this up. I guess I can't put it there. Put it here, I guess. Okay, now let's talk about this Virginia and Eric situation. Apparently, they have unfollowed each other from Instagram. But let me read what MAFS fan has said about it. So MAFS fan posted this. As many of you noticed, Virginia recently unfollowed Eric on Instagram. So you know when they unfollow each other, child. I mean, that's breaking news. Like these days, if you unfollow your significant other, y'all are at least y'all relationship is at least in a rocky place. So they unfollowed each other. No, Virginia unfollowed Eric. Excuse me. Virginia unfollowed Eric, which doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. According to multiple sources, Eric and Virginia filed for divorce a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, like wouldn't that be public knowledge? Wouldn't there be a way that you could find that out through public record? Or I don't know. I just would think that if someone filed for divorce, like that would be public record, right? Do y'all know? Anyway, I would think if it was public record, they would probably have it in this post because Married MAFS fan, Married at First Sight fan on Instagram does the work. Okay. Guessing they will be faking it on couples cam to keep that Married at First Sight money coming in. Receipts will be posted when available. I didn't see any receipts posted, so maybe the receipts are not available yet, or maybe I missed it. I don't know. But clearly something is going on with Eric and Virginia. Divorces take a while before it's recorded in the records courts. Okay. Documents should be online. Well, yep, it's public record. So that's why I'm like, okay, we have conflicting things in the comments, but I just would think it would be readily available for us to see when you file. Does it become public once the divorce is final? But see, like, like when celebrities file for divorce, usually they, that's how people find out is when they file, you know what I'm saying? And then they tell you why they filed. Usually it's like something like irreconcilable I can't get it out. Irreconcilable differences, right? It depends on the state. Okay, what's up, Cliff? I've been telling my sisters about Eric and Virginia because we all watched Married at First Sight. I told them that they couldn't last long. I'm glad Virginia is freeing herself from Eric's grip. Fulton County posts everybody's business. In my state, it's updated in real time. Anytime you file court documents, they go online. I know from personal experience. Okay, so I mean, I would think they would be available. I haven't looked it up. So, child, I don't know. I think if this is true, it doesn't shock me at all that Eric and Virginia are possibly getting divorced. Like, that doesn't shock me whatsoever. They didn't seem like they were matched correctly anyway. Like, Virginia is a very, young 20 something, and Eric is a much more seasoned 30 something. And so it just never seemed like they were going to be a good match in the first place. And then over the course of their relationship, it just felt toxic. He felt very controlling, and I feel like Erica, in order to try to get some of the control back, she would I don't know, she would kind of play some childish games as well. It's like they just didn't seem like they was gonna work. I was shocked they stayed together. Me too. I was shocked they well, I wasn't completely shocked. I knew that they were I figured they would say yes because it seems like they were trying to put up a front to the world. But I'm surprised they were even able to like stand each other long enough to do that, if it makes sense. They just didn't align on core issues. Exactly. They 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 were bumping heads on things that are like deal breakers in relationships. And honestly, the experts just should not have it just doesn't make sense why the experts even matched them in the first place. I think they stayed together to save face on the reunion. I could totally see that. I could totally see that. Yep, children and politics are huge deal breakers. Exactly. Like she didn't even know if she wanted to have children. And I feel like, look, if a person is iffy on children, they should not be matched up with someone who's like, who knows they want to have children for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like they did the same thing with what's that other couple, Brett and Olivia? They did the same thing with Brett and Olivia. It like Olivia was like, I don't know if I want to have kids, and Brett was like, I for sure want to have kids. Why are y'all matching those two people up? My bad, y'all. Children, politics, and religion, they can't match different in that area. Exactly. I agree they were never a good match. He's mature and divorced. Virginia is still young. He's just turned 35 on dang, he just turned 25. I honestly, Eric acts like he's older than that. Eric acts like he's like a good 52. Like the way he acts, like it's almost like he was going through a midlife crisis with Virginia. That's the way it felt. It felt like an older man trying to get a younger woman, but to try to see does he still got it, or he just got a divorce from his wife, so now he want a young hot wife. That's the way Eric acts. I hope they don't do the opposite of tracks on this season. Child, I don't know. Like I saw the new couples for the next season, and I ain't gonna lie, a little bit of me got a little bit excited. I ain't gonna lie. Cause this last season completely turned me all the way off. But the new season, I got a little excited because it's gonna be more diverse. And I feel like they knew what they were doing by, diversifying the cast and, choosing an Asian couple, choosing, I believe it's a Hispanic couple too. So I can't lie. I'm much more interested than I was in the beginning. I believe it was the first. I believe they had an Asian person on the show before, if I'm not mistaken, but this is the first Asian couple. I don't think I'm watching the new season. The last season made me mad. I ain't gonna lie, I was mad too. But I told myself I'm going to at least review this season, for the change, for the cheddar, for the money. But I might actually be interested because I'm just trying to see like not saying that other cultures are any different, their relationship dynamics will be any different, but just to see the cultural differences of an Asian couple, of a Hispanic couple, their heritage, what they celebrate, things like that. Their dynamics might be a little bit different for like an Asian couple versus like a black couple. So I'm interested to see that. That Colombian man, girl wanting the American dream. What did he say? I didn't see what they said. I didn't see, what did they say? I'll watch your reviews, but I don't know if I watch the new season. Fair enough. Fair enough. If nobody wants to watch, if people don't want to watch this new season, Married at First Sight as a show, Lifetime, they can only blame themselves for this salacious season that they had. I'm still debating whether I'm not going to watch this season, but I will watch her reviews regardless. Thank you so much for y'all supporting anyway. I'll give the new season a chance, but if it's trash like season 12, I'm done. I feel like I need more breathing room. That's another thing. They really do be putting these things on back to back. Like, shouldn't y'all take time to examine the last season, and see what maybe ways you can improve, and you know what I'm saying, before you just hop into the next season? At this point, they can only go based off of every other season. So they can't improve off of season 12 until season 14 because they do things so close together. Thank you. My earrings are from my website, La Vida Rosa Style. LaVidaRosaStyle.com. Check it out. That's why I'm weary, because there was no time. Exactly. All of that diversity is well and good, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Married at First Sight keeps matching opposites instead of core values. You're right. You're right. You completely right. If they keep doing the same things that they were doing in the past, as far as matching these people up, it won't make anything better if they choose like an Asian Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like, or match people up, mismatch people up, because you could choose someone with traditional values versus someone who is, more liberal, and they gonna bump heads the same way. I mean, just like Virginia and Eric did. I hope they choose to show more of the experts. I hope so too. I hope they show more of the experts counseling with the couples through their issues, because I really thought that's the whole point of having experts. Like, what's the point of having experts if you're not going to help these two people who are strangers, who did not actively choose one another? You know what I'm saying? I thought the whole point of having experts in the first place was to, in a way, like, hold their hand through this experiment, through this entire experience. You would think the experts would be there to guide them. But in these past, and I understand, like, during the season where they first had C19, what season was that? The season with Miles and Karen. I could understand a little bit how they were not in that season as much because of, C19 and everything. But then again, there's video chat. So there's kind of not an excuse for that. I try to make excuses for them, but we have counseling these days. Well, hey, Vivian, I'm glad you stumbled in. I'm just happy I'm not gonna see Shay wringing her neck. Oh, what are y'all talking about? Y'all talking about I still haven't watched the new Put a Ring on It yet. I saw that they put the first episode on YouTube, but I still haven't watched it yet. My like like when my hair was longer, I used to mess with my hair all the time. Like, you know how you like, I don't know, just messing with my curls and stuff. And now that I don't have that, I find myself doing this all the time. um, just hopped on. Thank you, Laura. I think all marriages could benefit from expert advice. No one truly knows what it takes to make a marriage successful, and usually shocked at the amount of work it required. I agree with you too, but especially in a situation like this where the people, like, literally they don't know each other at all. They need new experts. Dr. Pepper can barely fake her excitement of being on the show. Pastor Cal about to lose the hair he don't even have because these people stressing him out. And Miss V, let me tell you something. I would not be mad if they replaced Dr. Viviana. She had a few seasons to try to prove herself, and I'm just not. The advice that she gives is not. I feel like I could give the advice that Dr. Viviana gives. You know what I'm saying? And that's no shade, but especially she already put a bad taste in my mouth when everybody was up in arms about the way Paige was being treated, and she basically was just like brushing it off. So she already put a bad taste in my mouth. I feel like she's just there to be a pretty face in a lot of instances. I hate to say it. I feel like she looks good on TV. She, brings the looks, the way she dresses. But as far as actually helping the couples, I really can't think of specific instances where I saw that she was actually giving advice that truly helped. But I can think of instances where Dr. Pepper has given insight, and even Pastor Cal has given great advice to the couples, to help them advance. She was off that Henny on that live. You are crazy. Remember the blonde expert from a few seasons ago ended up marrying? I know. Now that was a scandal because I don't know. I just feel like ethically, that wasn't right. Ethically, how you gonna counsel someone in their marriage and then end up engaged to that person? How do I know? See, the thing is, how do I know you were not giving me bad advice on purpose? Even though we can see that the girl did not want him in that instance. You know what I'm saying? I watched that season, so I know for a fact that she didn't even want to be married to that man in the first place. But how do I know you weren't giving advice to make their situation worse? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that you can turn around and get him yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's giving conflict of interest. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, the woman, she didn't want to be married to that man. She did not. So I'm not gonna sit up here and act like she broke up a happy home, but it's just a little fishy. You know what I'm saying? You're counseling these people, and then you go off on the girl, and you know, and when they break up, you become his shoulder that he come lean his head on. Mm, that girl acted like Haley. I feel like she was worse than Haley. She was worse than Haley. I'm sorry. Um, I can't remember the exact specifics, but she all but told that man she didn't want him. So, you know, I could totally understand why their relationship didn't work. It was unethical. She went off on the wife too. It just looks extremely distasteful. I know. It was a bad look. I think they're still together. Yeah, they're still together. I think they're still together too. It's transference. A lot of times people get therapy and fall in love with their counselor because they are helping through a tough time. Yeah, but you as the counselor should put up the boundary that you're not going to go there. That's against the code of ethics anyway. You know what I'm saying? I have to look it up in the handbook, but um I'm pretty sure that's against the code of ethics, and I think you have to wait a certain amount of time before you could even like explore that, you know? But I could be wrong. The man had to record her because they didn't believe. Yes. Oh, yes. I do remember that. Cause it's like she was telling them one thing and then was treating him bad behind the scenes. Like she was like, really talking to him crazy. And when he would run back and tell the experts, I guess it wasn't believable because of how she presented herself to them, and he had to record her. I think I do remember that. You could lose your license, right? I believe so. I believe you can, but maybe she waited the right amount of time. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure the specifics behind that. Molly was her name. Okay. The doctor said she wasn't there in the form of a therapist per se, so her license wasn't at risk. She found a loophole. She found a loophole because I was finna say that don't sound. I know you cannot. You're not supposed to. It's against the code of ethics to date whoever you're counseling. So I guess whatever they're doing on Married at First Sight must not be considered. They must not be considered their therapist. So that must be like the loophole. She got to, she got to sidestep that because, technically she wasn't his therapist. Cha, look, she got around it somehow. Because I don't think that they would have come out with their relationship publicly if it was going to affect her license. They're going to get married soon, so happy ending. I mean, shoot. I mean, they together now. Like, I mean, they together now, and Molly did not want to be with him. So it's not like I'm mad that he's now in a happy relationship. It's just the optics look bad. It's still wrong despite this loophole. It looks bad. It looks bad. But if I mean they together now, they happy. I guess. I guess. I guess. If she was a different color though, I don't know if it would have. I don't know if she would have been able to get away with it though. That's all I'm saying. Cause it just sounded like a little privilege went along with that too. And then especially with her, like imagine if she were a man and he were a woman. I just feel like a lot more backlash would have happened. The experts are probably considered actors. I could see that. I could see that, maybe that's what they're technically, considered? So Cliff asked a question in the chat. Who in this chat would go on Married at First Sight? So type 1 if you would go on Married at First Sight, and type 2 if you would not go on Married at First Sight. I just want to see what y'all would say. We're getting mostly twos. We're getting mostly twos. I haven't seen one yet. Only if God came down and told you to do it. Hey, you might get you a Woody. You might get you a Greg. You might get you a good husband for Married at First Sight. Fortnite, God is the only one that said one. Do you really watch the show? After season 12, it's a no. Would y'all have went on before season 12? Roxanne said one. You might get you a Matt too. You right, can't argue with that. If I had never seen the show before. I think that might be how they get some people that haven't watched all the seasons. Maybe if it wasn't televised, I'll run up on an expert if they play with me. They don't do right by all the couples. Some of the couples don't tell the truth, so it's too much of a crapshoot. I agree. One, if I was younger, I think that's how they get a lot of people on this show, because they're younger, more impressionable, you know. Nah, because if they put me with a Michael, Brandon, Chris, Vaughn, ooh, just the combination of all those names together, ooh. Mm. If I were younger, the hot messes outweigh the successes. I mean, they really only have a 30% success rate. So nope, they're making a mockery out of marriage. Honestly, LL, thanks for bringing that up. When it was on the channel FYI, I would have been more likely to consider going on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I felt like it was more genuine back then. I feel like it was more of like a documentary than like a reality show. You felt like they were actually documenting strangers that were matched to I feel to their best ability, especially like on the first few seasons. Like, it was brand new. It really was like an experiment. And so I feel like the experts were more involved. I feel like the candidates took it, well, not all of them, but I feel like most of them took it a little bit more seriously. Maybe they didn't know what they were getting into, some of them. But I just felt like it was more genuine overall. It just feels like a reality show now. It just feels like, they're just putting two opposite people together just to, see the drama that comes from it, instead of actually, what they don't understand is that, yes, you're like, when you put two people together that are opposites, it's the drama, it's gonna bring people in to watch, I guess. But the original core fan base of this show, I feel like we much rather see more successful couples than the dysfunctional ones. We much rather, I think it's much more interesting Because I mean, obviously, most of us expect them to bump heads and not get along and not work out. We expect for most of them not to, but I feel like it's much more interesting to see the people that actually find a way to make it work or actually have a genuine connection, develop a genuine connection from this. No, I would not go on Ready to Love. I have a question for the people in the chat. If I translated the Danish version, the OG version, would y'all watch it? That would be interesting. The earlier seasons had a completely different vibe. I enjoyed season 1. Courtney and Jason were my faves. I really wanted them to get it together. Me too. I wish they could have worked. I loved Married at First Sight when it was on FYI. Deanna got a solid man. I think they just had a baby. Yeah, Deanna and Greg just had a baby. They actually have a YouTube channel if you want to, like, see where they are now. They to me are, I feel like that's the couple that I look at as one of the most solid from this show. It's still early, but I feel like their relationship, to me, they exemplify, and they're still like putting their relationship on TV and it's still working. They're still able to communicate and they still are having a very like healthy relationship, you know? Yes, we much rather see a NOLA season than a DC season. They don't have to make drama. Yeah, exactly. Y'all don't have to put all this drama. And I bet you I guarantee you they probably had the highest like ratings for those episodes where Chris was like dogging Paige out. But did you gain any people that are really gonna like come back and stick around, like the loyal viewers that have been watching for years? Was it worth it? Deanna and Greg were a great match. I feel like Deanna and Greg were a good match. I feel like Woody and Amani were a good match. Um, who else? Who else do y'all think were some really good matches for Married at First Sight that are still together? Ashley and I forgot her husband's name. Um, I feel like they're a good match though. Forgot their name. Beth and Jamie also show it can work even if it was bad in the beginning. I haven't watched any of Beth and Jamie's relationship uh as of recently, but I hope they're doing good. I hope they're getting counseling and everything. I would love to see them work out, but from what I saw, they were toxic, but things could have changed since then. Keith and Christine are a good match. Great match. Great match. Chris bragged about the numbers he brought in on Instagram. He thinks it's a good thing. Did you get paid from those numbers? Or did Lifetime get all the coin for you acting the fool? What's to brag about? Did you at least see any money from that? No more than your other castmates? Oh, okay. Amelia and Bennett were good. Yup. Anthony and Ashley, thank you. That's what I was talking about. Danielle and Bobby. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Karen and Miles, I haven't watched them on couples cam, but they do seem like they have a decent relationship from what I've seen. Beth and Jamie, I think Beth and Jamie grinded everybody's gears at that time. But if they're happy now, hey, I wish them the best. I have zero interest in hearing from Chris. I think we all feel that same way. Yep, Woody and Amani. Yeah, so out of everyone, I think Woody and Amani, Deanna and Greg, Keith and Christine, Alexis, you's crazy. Amelia and Bennett, and I'm gonna go with Ashley and Anthony. I'm gonna say those are the top 5 for me. And they should look at, what did y'all do to get it right with them and try to follow that same model. I know now, Chandra, you just being funny saying Shanice and Jeffy now. Now, let me tell you something. I don't watch Couples Cam, but for whatever reason, I caught a preview for Couples Cam, and I saw Jeffy and Shanice arguing, so I decided to fast forward through that episode and and watch their parts. I don't know how they still going. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, they just still seem toxic to me. Like I think they wanted to work, but they just seem toxic. And I hate it for them. Hi, you guys. Struggle love. Struggle love. Shanice look like Jeffy suck all the joy. Like she just always looks so tired. Like she always looks like her battery is on like 5%. Like Jeffy has not shown interest in Shanice since the jump. Why? Why? Like I don't like you don't seem like you want to be there. Why are you there? It's almost like he gets some sort of he loves to see her suffer. Like I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know. I don't get it. When she cried on the honeymoon, child, like it was so sad because like she was like trying to get to know him and wanting this to work, and I'm talking about like on the show while they was on their honeymoon, and he was just steady saying, well, we're strangers, I'm trying to get to know you, we are now married. And it was just so hard to like kind of sit there and you know what, Cliff, you might be right, because I don't watch Couples Cam all the time. But whenever I see clips, it's just like it's always him seeming aloof and like he's not interested whatsoever. Maybe that's just his demeanor, but it always looks like Shanice is the one that's putting in the effort. It looks like she's the one trying and trying and trying, and Jeffy is just sitting there looking crazy. Like he's just looking at her like what do you want me to do? Actually care. How about you actually physically look like you care for once? Because you always look like you rather be somewhere else. And then he wants to have more kids. Why are y'all trying to have more kids on top of that? Oh my. Why are y'all trying to have more kids on top of your already tumultuous relationship? Like, I don't. He is there for his daughter. You think he's sticking around for his daughter? That's the only time I ever see him actually show any sort of emotion. You could tell he genuinely loves his baby. That's one thing I'll give him. He does seem like he's a good father. But I wish he would show some of that love, some of that emotion, some of the care, some of the, you know, tenderness that he shows his daughter. I wish he could show his wife. Shanice don't seem like she gets any of that. She looks exhausted. She knew from jump he wanted more kids, but I just feel like they should work on the relationship part. Yeah, I'm talking about Married at First Sight. They I don't know if they're any better. Like, whenever I look at them, they don't. It seems like they take one step forward to get knocked 3 steps back. That's the way their relationship looks. He still treats her like a stranger, right? You would think they just got together, but when you see him with his child, it's like a different story. So he can show it. He can show emotion. He can show love. But it's just like he just won't give that to her. And I don't get it. I don't know. Let me get off of them because it's not like I keep up with them. I don't really keep up with them at all. But it's just whenever I do tune in, it doesn't make any sense to me. I believe it's less than 30%. FYI was better. It had less couples. It wasn't about ratings. It seems like Jeff D likes the idea of family and marriage, but not the actual day-to-day work. I could see that too. Because it seems like he doesn't want to change. It seems like he doesn't want to tailor himself to be in this relationship. He wants her to do that. She be fronting on TikTok talking about how happy she is. Child, I didn't even know she was on TikTok now. I didn't even know she was on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here, you guys. Shout out to everyone in the live. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right here. See you later. Last episode, Jeff D was only romantic towards her because he wanted to start trying. Trying for another baby? Child. I don't know what to say about them. I don't. I wonder what did Jeff D say during his process? Like, how did they end up choosing Jeff D? Cause he just don't seem like he give much at all. Like, not much personality. Whereas This Is Us, I'm so sorry, Alexis. It's hard for me to get through these episodes. For whatever reason, I can't get past this episode. The bachelor party. I'm bored. I've been trying to get past the same episode. Every time I turn it on, I find myself getting distracted and doing something else and not even watching it. Child, This Is Us. I think it's good that they're ending this next season. It's going to be their last season because it's getting tired. And I really do think C19 messed up this season because I just feel like it messed it up. I just feel like they should have done what some of these other TV shows did and just pretend like C19 didn't happen. I feel like that's what messed this show up, because now everything is, you know, they can't do what they normally do because of C19, and it's boring. And plus, I think I'm over the whole, I'm tired of talking about that all the time, or always seeing people have to do what we did during that time, because I don't want to relive that, you know? I saw Randall's mom's episode. That was a really good episode. Those were really good episodes. I really enjoyed those. Um, Anything with Randall, anything with Beth, anytime those episodes are centered around them, it's gonna be pretty good. Or I'm gonna be interested. Let's say that. Those episodes I tend to, especially with the ones with Beth's mom, and Randall and his dynamic with his mom, his birth mom, and his Kate. Is Kate her name? I think I got that wrong. But when it's centered around Kevin, you lose me, because Kevin get on my, when I tell you Kevin get on my last nerve, he grind my last gear. It's something about Kevin. I don't know if it's the privilege that comes with Kevin, that white man energy that get on my last nerve. I don't know what it is. Oh, but I be having to like pause the episode, because he get on my last nerve, y'all. Oh, he get on my nerves. If privilege was a person, thank you. Especially when him and Randall was having that conversation about how Randall didn't feel, he just didn't feel like they handled him correctly as a child. And Kevin just could not understand it. Y'all, that might have been my last straw with Kevin, because I was starting to like him this season a little bit, but that turned me out. He's so self-absorbed. He can't see nobody else. He can't see nobody else but himself. And let me tell you something. I know what Randall said to Kevin at the end of last season was terrible, telling him that his dad was ashamed of him when he passed away. I know that was terrible. But him telling Randall that the worst thing that ever happened to this family was having Randall in their family. Let me tell you something. I was so mad that he said that. I mean, it's bad enough that Randall is like the only black person in your family, but just y'all family would have been fell apart if it weren't for Randall. Y'all family would have been fell apart if it was up to you, who wasn't even there. If it was up to Kate, who was equally as self-absorbed as Kevin, that family would have been off the deep end. When I tell you I wanted to nuck, okay, nuck and buck. I'm surprised they didn't fight. I'm surprised they didn't fight. I know they too old to be fighting, but those were fighting words. Right, like he was an adopted puppy. The fact, I just can't believe he would speak to Randall like that. And they grew up together. Like, Randall was basically y'all's triplet. And for you to be able to talk to him like that and say that he was the worst, I can't even get it out. The worst day was when they brought him home. You don't know life outside of Randall. And I don't know, it just feels like it felt like also that he doesn't value Randall as much as he does Kate because he's not, biologically, you know, his brother. It was layered, y'all. It was layered. It was layered. And I'm not saying Randall was right, but I'm just saying Kevin was more wrong than Randall was. He was. Exactly. Randall is the only one with his stuff together. Then can't Kevin wants to get mad about Randall trying to handle stuff with their mother. Exactly. Kevin, you the only reason why you have a family right now is because you got somebody pregnant off a one night stand. That's the only reason why you have a family. And y'all don't even really want to be with each other for real. Y'all only together because of the kids. Talk about dysfunctional. And when Kate brought out the white woman tears because she didn't know what to say, thank you. Oh, that was annoying too. Because once again you're making it about you. I just did know what you did. Oh, they always find a way to make it about themselves. Kate and Kevin are one and the same in my eyes. She just the female version of Kevin because I mean, she be doing the same thing with her husband. She just now is starting to, pull her weight in her relationship with her husband because he has had to carry a lot of the emotional baggage, even though, he's had his issues too, but he's had to carry a majority of the emotional baggage in their relationship. Everything is about Kate. Kate, what Kate wants. Let's cater to Kate. Let's wipe her tears away. Let's lift your self-esteem up. Let's care about Kate, 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 Kate. I love me some Toby too. I love me some Toby. I don't know how he puts up with Kate. I don't know how he does it. That's gotta be love. Oh, Deja and Malik are cute. We haven't been getting much of Deja and Malik. We better get some more next season. I know that. Randall be getting on my nerves though, but his siblings are annoying. I think the reason why I can deal with Randall is because I can relate to Randall. I can relate to Randall in certain ways, in certain instances, like with like when it comes to like anxiety and things like that. So I can kind of see where he's coming from with certain things. But Randall can get on your nerves. He can now. He can now. Beth be having to put up with some stuff too. I ain't even gonna lie. And Beth do be having to hold a lot of the emotional baggage as well. I have to be honest. Even though I do feel like he really does love Beth and he really does like put her tries to cater to her, but some of his like as far as like his mental health, she has to put some things on the back burner to deal with him sometimes, and that can be kind of annoying. Tess always got an attitude. She a teenager. She a teenager. She at that stage. She at that stage where they gonna have an attitude about every single last thing in this world. It does, and your parent can't do nothing right. And I can understand how you could be behind on This Is Us because This Is Us has been a drag this season. I mean, it really did drag. Tess could get popped. She could get popped. Especially being up in that room with the doors closed. Yeah. I know I wasn't that moody in high school. Um, I think I think it's also what you're allowed to get away with. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so in some households you ain't gonna get away with being that moody. You know what I'm saying? But um it's just a proven fact. In high school, your horm I mean not high school, in like middle school, early high school, um your hormones. It's at an all-time high. I just remember being so frustrated all the time. Exactly. You is not grown to be having this door closed. I was so mad. I really thought Beth was gonna snap. I was waiting on her to go off because she had every right to. Didn't get enough of Deja. Annie. Who is Annie? Wait a minute. Annie. Who is Annie? Why is that not clicking? I'm trying to think. Who is Annie, y'all? I forgot. They must not have put much of Annie on there because I sure forgot about Annie. Annie is the youngest. Yes. How come they don't never show her hardly no more? I forgot about Annie. They could have gave her a little storyline. They could give her a storyline next season. How come nobody cares about me? Nobody cares about me. Y'all forgot about me. Hmm. Cause they showed don't show Annie. They showed more of Deja this season than Annie, and I barely remember seeing Deja that much. The only time I remember seeing too much of Deja is when she was like talking to Randall. Bethany to spin off. I would love it if they did like a whole spinoff of just Randall, Beth, her mom, their family. Cause I will watch it. They're who I'm really tuning in for. Annie reminds me of a small Sky Jackson before Sky started acting crazy. Sky grown now, so child. She had a certain image to uphold while she was on Disney, and now OMG, I just watched a storyline on Moesha where Miles felt neglected and his 9-year old. He was 9 when he did that. I didn't realize he was 9. I did not realize Miles was 9 when he got caught with that weed. He was 9? Dang. But yeah, I remember that. You'll never talk to me. uh that storyline. I mean, I guess it was a good storyline because nobody really wasn't paying attention to Miles. I mean, was that when Ray J was on the show? Because I can understand how he got lost in the stars. Yeah, Sky Jackson mama. I feel like she get it from my mama. Felicia Rashad plays her role very well. She had me scared of her. I think Felicia Rashad has been completely gypped for like all the awards. I mean, I feel like she should have gotten Emmy after Emmy for the Cosby Show alone. Golden Globe, whatever you get for TV, I feel like she has gotten cheated. Okay? That woman can act. Every role she plays is so believable. You just feel like she's her. Like, oh my goodness, she was so good. She's so good on This Is Us. She was so good even on Empire, which is a show that was comical by the time she got on it. Her role was convincing. Okay? It's a shame. It's a shame because really I feel like her acting is like, people place Meryl Streep on a pedestal, which she can act. She is an amazing actress. I give that to her. But I feel like our black actresses, they just do not get that same notoriety, and it's not fair because I feel like Felicia Rashad is one, and they were just talking. I just was reading about how they was talking about Viola Davis and how she was like, on the same level of like a Meryl Streep, like she give you those same performances, and she should get that same, you know, acknowledgement. And Angela Bassett. Yes, like I just feel like our black actresses do not get that same. And I feel like the ones that do get awards, the ones that do get uplifted, no shade, are not even our best actresses. Halle Berry. Now, look. Because I'm not trying to like tear down anybody. I'm not trying to tear down Halle Berry at all. But you cannot tell me Halle Berry and Viola Davis, Halle Berry, Felicia Rashad, Halle Berry, Angela Bassett are anywhere near each other. And Halle Berry get all these accolades. It's giving light skin privilege. It's giving, biracial. And I'm not even trying to downplay Halle Berry at all. But I just, her acting, it just ain't on that level. It just ain't. Losing Isaiah was great. But imagine Viola Davis playing her same role. It's just different. It's just different. It's just different. And I feel like if Viola Davis looked like Halle Berry, I feel like she probably would get the same notoriety. Oh, Loretta Devine. Nicole Bahar. Let me look up who that is because that name looks familiar. But definitely Loretta Devine, even though I feel like she could be a little goofy, but I feel like she brings like, she's a great comedic actress. She brings that, it's like somebody like Loretta Devine. Someone, it's like she's your auntie, your grandma, like somebody that I'm trying to look up this lady so I can see who we're talking about. What is she playing? She looks so familiar. Oh, yeah, I do remember her in 42. I don't watch a whole lot of movies, y'all. She is good. Regina King and Regina Hall. Yes. Regina King, though, She deserves every single award she gets. For real, she deserves it. I'm glad she's getting her flowers. I'm glad she's getting the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times it's just our black actresses don't even get the opportunity. But I love that she has taken whatever opportunity she gets and runs with it, and gives stellar performances. Cause yes, ma'am, she definitely deserves it. Lynn Whitfield, yes. Now, when she plays crazy with a certain like eloquence and a certain charm that you just don't see, like the way she plays crazy, you just don't see people, you don't see people act like that. It's like she plays crazy. Nobody could play it like her. It's like that brand of acting is like unique to her. Neil Long always whispering. I like Neil Long. I really I like her. She's beautiful. But I have to be honest. I feel like I feel like anybody could play her role. I'm sorry, like a lot of times she is the pretty face. That might be a hot take, that might be an unpopular opinion, but Nia Long about to be sitting courtside at Celtics games. Her man is going to be a head coach. All right, go ahead, girl. I'm not mad at that now. I'm not mad at it. I mean, she is Nia Long at the end of the day. Like, I expect her to have nothing less, you know? It's like she's playing herself. She's gorgeous. She is gorgeous now. We ain't finna take away from her beauty at all. She is gorgeous, especially with the short, her short hair is like iconic. It's iconic. It just looks so soft and sweet, and she just looks so, I don't know, she just is so cute. Golden Brooks. I wish she would have never went on Hollywood Divas, because my opinion of her was forever changed after that show. I don't have nothing against her, but it's like ever since that show, if she playing anything else, I can only see Golden. And I feel like Golden really was being herself, just adding a little hood to it. I feel like Maya is Golden. Golden is Maya, except Maya is more hood. That's it. Nia Long is 50. Let me look her up. Because I know she don't look 50. Yeah, she's just as pretty as she always was. Is this her man? He nice and tall. You better do that, Nia. My bad. Yeah, she's pretty. She looks amazing. She does not look nowhere near 50, I'll tell you that. Yeah, she's always been gorgeous. I haven't seen Candy in that movie, but I've seen her on The Shy, and all she do is make that face the whole time. Oh, Brandy. She is another one who do not age at all. Let me look up Brandy. Brandy don't age at all. She looks so now how not the liquor, but Brandy. See these two pictures. I know this was taken back in the day, and I know this one is recent, and she looks exactly the same. Now you know Candy only gets casted because she's Candy. Because it ain't for the acting. But yeah, Brandy is gorgeous. And she never really needed much makeup. She's always been like a natural beauty. Oh, y'all, I gotta go. I've been on here for too long. It don't even feel like I've been on here for this long. Oh my goodness. I got to go. This was a good live, you guys. What's today? Wednesday. I might come back for another live this week. This one was fun. I might do like another like girl chat video. We could talk about some things. But shout out to all the people that were here. Make sure you like the live before you leave. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.